going on, YouTube? Out here for another smoke break. And it's hot as balls out here. And I don't know. I don't really have all that much to say, but I needed to make a video and see what kind of came. And I was thinking, actually, just before I walked out here, I was reading a little bit about the election, Ron Paul, and his whole delegate strategy. And the whole thing really kind of bothers me, because every time an election comes about, especially the presidential election, you can kind of tell straight from the beginning who they're priming to be the guy that they're going to pick. To me, it's been pretty obvious that Mitt Romney has been the guy that they always thought was going to win. And they pumped up a few other people. Michelle Bachmann was doing crazy well at the beginning, and then Rick Perry. And then, they kind of, after they finally decide, who they're really going to be backing, in this case, Mitt Romney, then they bring the underdog in to kind of overshadow the person that probably has the best chance to win against him. So in this case, it was Rick Santorum. And the unbelievable thing about Rick Santorum's presidential campaign was that people actually took him seriously. To me, that's crazy. You have a guy who is not even really a conservative, who's way too, who involves way too many of his religious ideas and his religious fundamentalism. I think that has no place in politics. There's no place in the White House. But he, and there's a bee coming in my car. God damn it. I hate bees. There's a bumblebee. Don't worry, I'm fine. So people actually took this guy seriously, and now, so he's out of the race. He drops out, and at that point, it's Gingrich, Paul, and Romney, and then Gingrich drops out. Now, look at this. All these people were touted as people who were going to definitely beat out at least Ron Paul. Ron Paul's the only guy left against Mitt Romney. So what does that say about all the pundits and these media outlets that are telling you what the obvious choices are? They obviously don't know what they're talking about, because at this point they've been wrong the entire time, with the exception of Mitt Romney, who probably still in the lead. But look at the guy. He's like what you would if you were to make a movie and try to cast like the evil businessman who had the look and the background. It would be Mitt Romney, and we're gonna make this guy president, this like evil archetype of the business world and money. To me, that's crazy. And I don't agree with everything Ron Paul says, but as far as liberty and freedom goes, he's definitely the guy that's on our side. And yeah, he's religious too, but he doesn't see that as something that has any place in the White House. He thinks that the decisions should be made by the people. Granted, we live in a mostly religious country, probably a majority Christian or Catholic. But if you were to look at politicians from 30 years ago, or 40 years ago even, or any time in history before that in American politics, there was a heavy belief in the separation of church and state, because, religion oftentimes leads to zealotry, and that's not a fair and balanced ideal to have when dealing in politics. I'm at this point, I'm voting for Ron Paul, whether he gets the nomination or not. I don't believe in choosing the lesser of two evils. I believe in choosing who you actually support idealistically. And for me, it's Ron Paul. It's because of his fairness, his belief in states' rights. He wants to, as far as I can tell, end the war on drugs. I'm not a drug user myself, but I believe it's completely a waste of money. You're not going to stop people from smoking weed. You're not going to stop people, you're not going to stop those drugs coming into the country. As a matter of fact, there are industries built off of these illegal activities happening. How many people would be out of a job if marijuana was made legal tomorrow? Granted, it would open up some jobs in the new weed industry. Probably fix the economy, because you could buy your pack of smokes and your pack of weed, or whatever, weed cigarettes at the gas station. So, our country's kind of built off of these really fucked up ideals, and our money system counts on crime to happen, and I think that's weird. I guess that's all I have to say. Short smoke break today. Anyway, catch you next time, and I don't know what else to say.